Steve, we forgot to hook up the oil pressure gauge.
We got a major oil leak around the oil filter.
Okay, we got a major oil leak on the other side also. So it appears after, what, 60 years of service, this gasket is ripping pieces.
Yeah.
So this tractor has a massive oil leak from where there's this oil filter adapter. This is nice because it lets us use a very standard type of oil filter on this instead of whatever like canister replaceable type thing the tractor had. So mechanic Steve is working on making a gasket, and as you can hear, we're getting the first rain we've had in months in Texas, so you know, it sucks that it's wrecking the audio of the video, but I'm happy anyway.
Yeah. So, Chucky asked me how come we can't just use RTV for this? We could use the RTV silicone. Now, whenever there's like oil, there's pressurized oil in this. The problem I have is this area around here, it's gonna be real hard to get RTV to stick to this. We could probably clean this out pretty easy, but on a tractor itself, that area has had oil all around it. So I like to use this Cork gasket. You can get this stuff at like Tractor Supply, something like that. You know, there'll be a link down in the description if you want to buy it. Get you a couple of rolls of this, but what I'm going to do is use some of this spray adhesive. This stuff is just like that Super 77. If I started using the CRC stuff. So just take it. First, we'll go ahead and cut a section of this out so we don't ruin the rest of it. So the key to using this stuff, and what a lot of people get this wrong, you have to spray it on both sides, let it tack up for like a minute, and then stick it together. If you just spray it on one side and put it on there, it'll kind of stick, and sometimes it works, but you're supposed to go ahead and spray it, so. There it goes. So just coat it, come over here.
What a sweet chemical smell.
Something else about this stuff is whenever you get done with it, hold the can upside down and spray it until all that stuff comes out of it. Now it's just spraying clear. That clears out that nozzle. If you don't do that, you'll get one use out of your can. This stuff's not expensive, but it's not cheap to keep buying cans and only getting one shot out of it. So just let it sit for about a minute. Whenever you touch this, like right now, it still feels kind of wet. It's not sticking, so we'll just let it sit. It's really humid today, so we're probably gonna have to wait a little bit. All right, so we let it sit up for a little bit. So take your other piece, put it right on top, kind of hold it down together. Now it should be stuck on there pretty, not super well, but just enough. So this stuff is not super glue. It's not gonna like permanently bond to it. It's just kind of like contact adhesive or rubber cement. Take a razor blade.
That's what's great about those razor blades. You'd never in a million years do this with a regular pocket knife, like cutting right up against the table, but since it's a 20-cent razor blade,
yeah,
who cares?
Yeah, I buy these by like the packs of 500.
Yeah.
Because I also use them to scrape gasket surfaces.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got our outside edge. Now all we have to do is be real careful. We'll push that down a little bit, and we'll just kind of draw. Ta-da! And it looks, you know, it doesn't look perfect like store-bought gasket, but you know.
Looks like it'll work.
There's nowhere in Fort Worth that I know of where we'd be able to go and get this gasket today, so yeah. We'll trim a little bit off here.
Oh, you're playing with loaded weapons here. I just leave it and call it good instead of risking tearing that. But Steve's a regular professioneer here.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Trying to make good enough perfect. I'm chasing your tail. That's it for that stuff. So this is like it's kind of a Cork Cork rubber. They make these in different ones. There's also like neoprene. They make them in different thicknesses. You can get a really thin and really thick. Buy the assortment of this. Like I said, there'll be a link down here in the description. Keep like 2 or 3 rolls of this stuff with you all the time, because if you're in the field and you need to make a gasket like this, fantastic, you can make it. If not, you know, you just kind of ruined your day sitting around waiting for either RTV to dry or waiting for the right gasket to come in. But we will we'll clean the adhesive up right here a little bit, just so it's brake clean.
And reinstallify it.